The United States, with its many Christian denominations, has always had a long history of servitude. The Presbyterian Church, a denomination marked by differences of region and culture, has split apart and reunited numerous times, in spite of, or perhaps because of, its many vibrant and varied personalities. Still, these strong individuals prove the adage that through the bends of time, trial, and history, in the matters of servitude, sometimes the best ideas are the simplest ones. And we believe that every person is a child of God, deserving of dignity and respect. We answer God's call to the aging and others, and we endeavor to give compassionate care and superior service. We are the Presbyterian Homes and Services of Kentucky. Rosanna Hughes. She moved to Louisville in 1810 with her husband, James Hughes, President of the United States Bank. A young woman of position, she enjoyed a fine and colorful standard of living. But in 1832, when her husband died suddenly, Rosanna Hughes' life changed. She moved from the opulent home she shared with James to a smaller one at 2nd and Guthrie, where she lived out her remaining years. But during those years, Rosanna Hughes observed that many of that era's widows were often sinking into despair and poverty. Deciding it was her Christian calling, she reached out to these women.
One woman, a Presbyterian, Rosanna Hughes, had a dream, and she offered her resources so that others might carry the dream forward.
From this generous and inspired beginning, the communities of Presbyterian Homes and Services of Kentucky has developed and expanded to 4 homes that are inclusive and open to residents, clients, staff, and volunteers without discrimination of any kind.
Literally, our mission is answering God's call to life care for the aging and others. We endeavor to give compassionate care and superior service.
I'm quite pleased with the way that they have taken care of me, especially the fact that my wife was in the health center for 2 years, and it made a big difference as to how they showed the compassion for what was going on.
My wife could not be left alone. She did not have any cognitive abilities. For me, it was time to put my loved ones in a facility where they could get around-the-clock care, and it was a blessing. There's a spirit here that you don't find in too many other facilities. I think I've picked a wonderful facility. The people have been, I couldn't ask for more.
As Christians, what is the example set by Rosanna Hughes meant for us? How do we, as stewards of the church and of the trust, respond to this call?
They have a real Christian mission attitude here of truly serving the needs of the senior citizens.
If somebody were to ask me what really sets us apart, I found it's the spirit of the place.
It is our responsibility to provide high quality and caring service at an equitable cost. We strive to make excellence the mark in all that we do. A daily routine of community, certainly, but also one of activity and fellowship.
We bowling. And I would get one for my apartment, but I'm afraid I wouldn't be out socializing.
I think the joy of the companionship that comes with people moving into our home, that we get to welcome them and their families, and that together we all partner and you begin to form connections and allegiances that are gifts.
Well, I decided on my 89th birthday that it would be a good idea to be near one of my sons, one of my 2 sons. And so I celebrated my birthday here in Louisville. And while we were here, we did look around. Westminster was the first place that I looked.
You describe it. You've been here longer than I have. Well, I tell everybody that there's no place like it.
I think it's a safe place. And for elderly people, we have to have a safe place to live. It's clean, the food is good, and the health are just fine, really.
The others just didn't ever measure up somehow. And so this was just my first choice, and I'm so happy here.
It's a wonderful community in that you have a world of experiences and activities, opportunities to take part in first one activity or another of your choice. There's a real variety that way.
I just raved to the moon about it. It's just really a marvelous place to be. And we look, as I said before, we visited other nursing facilities or retirement facilities, and no, they don't compare to this.
As our nation's and state's population continues to age, the services provided by Presbyterian Homes and Services grows ever more important. And it is at this time that we remember that what we do and how we care for our parents, our mentors, and our peers speaks to what Rosanna Hughes felt was her life's calling.
I believe that if Rosanna Hughes was alive today, that she would be gratified at the good efforts and the kindnesses that have been continued here with the gift that she gave.
If it were my parents looking at communities, for me, at this part of their life, at sometimes the final chapters, it would be finding a place where that spirit of love and respect and honoring that time of life as well as every other time of life fully. And it really is unique.
And again, through the bends of time, trial, and history, in the matters of servitude, sometimes the best ideas are the simplest ones. Who are we? We are the Presbyterian Homes and Services of Kentucky.